But what a nightcap this could prove to be. The Niners and the Seahawks underway here in the Thanksgiving finale. And coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Come on, set.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. You look at this Niner defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. The Lance going to throw. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Blue.
Now a play fake. Lance going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Ready.
Now Lance on the option right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Coming through that time and stopping him for a loss was Drake Jackson. Nice play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Lance. He completes this to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Walker going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Again, Walker. And a carbon copy there, at least as far as the results are concerned, as he'll be dropped behind the line yet again. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for the Seahawks touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Myers here's Myers to boot it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also. Yeah,
and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
1st down, here's Mitchell. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the
2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Now it's Lockett. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room.
Let's go now.
Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Seahawks at 1-9 now on the year. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well, because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Seahawks 7, 49ers 0.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Purdy now to throw. And this complete to Mitchell. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
21 yards. First down, 49ers.
A handoff from Mitchell running left. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Purdy to throw it on first down. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd and a couple. Four yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. Taken down at the 30.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Purdy. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When defense gets to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he will have the first down at about the 21-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First down, 49ers.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Shotgun now with Purdy. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they've been building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Purdy. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Come on, set.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here we go. Here we go.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Ready,
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Black shot. Ready.
Throwing now is Lance. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Smash!
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Oh, he tries to give it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
37-yard line.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Right back to Mitchell here. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Purdy. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trail by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drop it right down the field coming out of the half.
Just a yard on the pickup there. They will bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Purdy. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, how come I'm not touching him more? Did you see me out there moving around, wiggling, and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They run over center with Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A great play by Derek Hall to drop him behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Purdy looking to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line.
First down, San Francisco.
On the handoff, Mitchell. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Throwing here, Purdy. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Well, this offense has already been forced to settle for field goals on their drives earlier, so this is not a welcome sign here.
Indeed, it is not, and they certainly hope it's not a sign for the entire game, because they know they've got to be able to sustain drives all the way through. Pick up those guys rushing the quarterback and give himself a chance.
And nothing doing here is this time the one maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Purdy from the gun. Connects with Kittle underneath. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And a Nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
14-yard line.
Set. Ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they're trailing the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back. He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Ready.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He'll buy some time right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Red, cycle. Set.
Now Lance. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Myers' kick is good. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So 2 lead changes already in this 3rd quarter. One side takes the lead with a field goal. The other takes it right back.
And I'm starting to get the feel that it's going to be this way all the way to the end. I hope you feel the same way, because in this particular game, these two are evenly matched. Let's see how it turns out.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Once again, it's Mitchell. And this time they were ready for him as they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
2nd and 10. A give here to Mitchell. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it was almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. They're exactly right.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the Niners are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And the 49ers first down.
Another run with Mitchell. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 109 yards rushing now for Mitchell. He's got a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run. It's Mitchell. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. They're giving credit. He tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Here we go, 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken a 4th-quarter lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone from the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Here's Moore. He will return it. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here's 1st and 10.
Ready?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Down.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Check pitch. Hut.
Lance back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Ready.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
Ready?
Now Lance. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Red, yellow. Set.
Lance looking to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Back to throw. He finds Smith-Njigba. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
He'll let this go deep for Smith-Njigba. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. "35 yards that time on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Here we go.
This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. An option give now to Mitchell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Purdy to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked picked off by Quandre Diggs. Down the sideline he goes. And he will be out of bounds. So, partner, that means we got some free football. We're headed to overtime. So, a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game. 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at the play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. That is caught. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
He juked him. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. On the ground is Mitchell. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. First down, here's Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it. Because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Going for it, it's Mitchell. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting? We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. This defense making a huge play with that interception on the second drive of overtime. So, Charles, there will be a 3rd drive of overtime. And remember, again, a field goal wins it.
And right now, the kicker is thinking hero in his head. But when it actually happens, if it does happen, he's got to go back and congratulate the man who got the interception and set them up.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play. And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.